In their new book, Global Reset, Do Current Events Point to the Antichrist and His Worldwide Empire? Jeff Kinley and Dr. Mark Hitchcock explore the idea that current global events may be leading towards the rise of the Antichrist and his worldwide empire. The authors draw on both biblical prophecies and current events to make their case and offer a unique perspective on the end times. This book is sure to spark discussion and debate among those interested in biblical prophecy and its potential impact on current events. In Global Reset, Kinley and Hitchcock provide a detailed analysis of various prophecies found in the Bible and examine how they may be playing out in the world today. They explore the possibility of global reset, in which the Antichrist rises to power and establishes a worldwide empire, and consider the potential consequences for humanity. Throughout the book, the authors provide a balanced and thought-provoking look at the subject, drawing on a wide range of sources and perspectives. They also offer practical advice for readers who may be concerned about the future and provide hope for those who believe in the ultimate victory of good over evil. The Great Reset is an idea that has been gaining popularity in recent years, particularly in the wake of the global pandemic. It is a call to fundamentally change the way our world operates, with a focus on building more resilient and sustainable systems of governance and economic activity. The idea behind the Great Reset is that the current system, which is heavily reliant on constant growth and consumption, is unsustainable and needs to be reevaluated. Proponents of the Great Reset argue that we need to rethink the way we approach economics, politics, and social issues, and come up with new solutions that are better suited to the challenges of the 21st century. One of the key components of the Great Reset is the idea of stakeholder capitalism, which prioritizes the needs of all stakeholders in a business, rather than just focusing on maximizing profits for shareholders. This approach is seen as a way to create more equitable and sustainable outcomes, as it takes into account the needs of workers, customers, communities, and the environment. Another key aspect of the Great Reset is the need for greater global cooperation and coordination. With the world becoming increasingly interconnected and interdependent, it is essential that we work together to tackle the major challenges we face, such as climate change, inequality, and pandemics. The Great Reset is a concept that was introduced by Klaus Schwab, the founder and president of the World Economic Forum, as a way to rethink and redesign the global economy in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. The idea is to use this moment of crisis as an opportunity to build a more sustainable and inclusive economy that works for everyone, rather than just a select few. Some of the key components of the Great Reset include transitioning to a low-carbon economy, increasing digitalization, and addressing issues of inequality and social justice. The hope is that by making these changes, we can create a more resilient and adaptive global system that is better able to withstand future challenges. One of the most exciting aspects of the Great Reset is the potential for innovative solutions to some of the world's biggest challenges. For example, the transition to a low-carbon economy could open up new opportunities for clean energy technologies, such as renewable solar and wind power. This would not only reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, but it could also create jobs and drive economic growth in the green energy sector. Additionally, the increased digitalization that is central to the Great Reset could enable more efficient and effective ways of doing business, as well as improve access to education and healthcare for people around the world. This could help to bridge the gap between developed and developing nations and create a more level playing field for all. One way to think about capitalism is as a system that allows people to own and control the means of production, like factories and businesses. This allows people to produce and sell goods and services in order to make a profit. Socialism, on the other hand, is a system in which the means of production are owned and controlled by the community as a whole, rather than by individuals. The idea behind replacing capitalism with socialism is that it could create a more equitable society, where wealth and resources are distributed more evenly among the population. This could potentially lead to a more sustainable economy, as well as a more stable political system. As for replacing nationalism with a one-world government, this idea is based on the belief that a global government would be better equipped to address global problems, such as climate change and inequality, than individual nations acting on their own. By coming together as one world, we could potentially create a more cooperative and harmonious global community. One way to imagine a world without capitalism and nationalism is to think about how we currently use money and resources. Under capitalism, individuals and businesses compete with each other to make a profit, which can sometimes lead to conflict and inequality. In a socialist system, on the other hand, resources and wealth would be more evenly distributed, potentially leading to a more harmonious and cooperative society. As for a one-world government, this idea is based on the belief that by coming together as one global community, we could address global problems in a more effective and coordinated way. For example, a one-world government could help to regulate the global economy and distribute resources more evenly, leading to a more sustainable and equitable world. Of course, transitioning from capitalism and nationalism to socialism and a one-world government would be a major change, and it's not clear exactly how it would work in practice. But the idea is that by making these changes, we could create a world that is more fair, sustainable, and united. The Great Reset is a term that is often used to refer to the potential for major changes to take place in the world as a result of events like the COVID-19 pandemic. Some people believe that this reset could lead to significant shifts in the way that society functions and the way that global systems operate. For example, the pandemic has already had a profound impact on the global economy, and some people think that it could lead to the creation of new industries and the emergence of new technologies. One interesting aspect of the Great Reset is the potential for it to alter the balance of power between different countries and regions. For example, some experts believe that the pandemic has accelerated the rise of China as a global superpower, while other countries, such as the United States, may be facing a relative decline in their influence. In addition, the Great Reset could lead to the emergence of new global alliances and partnerships as countries seek to work together to tackle the challenges posed by the pandemic and other global issues. Overall, the Great Reset is a complex and multifaceted concept that has the potential to impact many aspects of our world. While it's impossible to predict exactly what the future will hold, it's clear that the Great Reset could have far-reaching consequences for global politics, economics, and society. That's all for now, guys. If you want to learn more about this type of content, consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you at the next one.